were cut off in the last video. So in the last video I said that we could actually extend it. So this is actually what happens, no? The result. So here again, we can see that this yellow line is actually coming from the eigenvector, which is the second eigenvector. Okay, I labeled it as second eigenvalue. So that this particular eigenvector corresponds to the second eigenvalue. Likewise, this blue line is actually from the first eigenvector. So I've labeled it with the first eigenvalue because they correspond with each other. Okay? Now, one thing here is very, very important. You have to take note that if the eigenvalues are negative, it means that the direction is actually going towards the origin. I repeat, if the eigenvalues are negative, the direction is going towards the origin. So looking into the yellow line, look at the yellow line. So the direction of this should be going towards the origin. For the blue line, it's also going towards the origin. Why going towards the origin for both? Because our eigenvalues for both is negative. If it happens that the eigenvalue is positive, the direction is going away from the origin. All right? So you have to take note of it, away from the origin. Okay, now this time, how do we draw the face portrait? Okay, so the face portrait, let's start with the second eigenvalue. Let me use, okay, let me check if the green one would be visible. So let me start with second eigenvalue, no? Let me check first. Yeah. So for the second eigenvalue, you start because we start with the second eigenvalue, right? That means the yellow line. So the face portrait begins with something parallel to the second to the eigen to that particular eigenvalue. I repeat, the face portrait begins with something that is parallel to a particular eigenvalue. So since we're starting with the second eigenvalue, we can draw here some sort of a parallel line, maybe this one, okay, or this one here. So it should be both sides. Okay. Now take note, we're doing this because it's going towards the center. Going towards the center, going towards the origin because our eigenvalues are negative. So from here, it seems like we pass by the origin, and once we pass by the origin, it's like it goes to the center. Similarly, it's like, sorry, let me erase this. It doesn't look good. So it's like parallel going to this one, and it passes, it goes to the center. Okay. So this is the face portrait for our second eigenvalue. All right. Let's now have our first eigenvalue. So first eigenvalue, we can think of it as if, let's say, uh, here we draw a parallel line here as well. Okay, so it's like it goes up and then goes back here, goes down and then goes back. Sorry. Goes back here as well. So basically, it somehow looks like this. Okay. So take note that this will just be an estimate. So this will just be a rough sketch. So this is actually how an eigenvalue, this is actually how the face portrait looks like. Okay, or if you want, you could also, so that it won't get away with the other one, so we can start here from the bottom. Okay, and then it goes here. And then for this one, it starts on top and it goes here. Okay, so this is how it would look like.